And she said it with a straight face. And even the CNN talking head said, excuse me? Even the host broke their matrix conditioning for a minute and snapped out of it and went, because obviously that person's a parent. I didn't look it up. I can tell the woman is. Middle-aged woman, reporter, anchor. She says, excuse me? The parents don't, you're saying it's crazy that they be told? And she's like, what? You mean the government's gonna stick their hands down my pants and put me in a microwave oven? You mean the TSA setting up checkpoints on the highway? You see, you've got to really let it sink in and just wake up to how crazy it is. I'm not the crazy guy on the radio, as the corporate media calls me, because I cover real news and get freaked out about real issues. And don't cover fluff and mindless garbage. I'm a normal person who the mind control doesn't work on. The only way it works on me is making me frustrated and angry. Because once you're awake and once you've studied it, it's everywhere. I was talking to my wife last night because I was sitting, I got home about 8 o'clock. She was about to, we're about to go read stories, put the kids to bed, and there was some dinner leftovers there, and I was sitting there at the kitchen table eating, and I was watching on the iPad the nightly news that was just re-airing, because I taped it last night. It aired from 7 to 8, and it was re-streaming. And she heard the interview with the investigative journalist, about all these brain-damaged children, and how he woke up because of his son, getting 9 shots in one day because they demanded it, and how he went from talking and giggling and laughing to, just not even talking, and explosive diarrhea for 4 years. And they wouldn't tell him why it was happening, and then he discovered ways to reverse it. And she looked at my children who were all sitting around. They were listening to it, and she said, see, that's why you're not vaccinated. But we've had to say no to the nurses and people that pressure us. That's why you're hardly ever sick, and that's why you're so healthy, and it's why, you're doing so well. And she looked at me and she said, you haven't watched television in years other than movies you watch. But she said, I don't watch any of the drama shows anymore. Because like I told you about 3 years ago, all of them, all of the women's shows, sitcoms, medical shows, CSI, she said almost every episode, there's a child molester or a child murderer or a terrorist who also doesn't vaccinate their children. And she said, my God, I just think about all these innocent people who are watching entertainment, not realizing it's brainwashing. I mean, think of how creepy it is that they're saying it's the law you've got to take vaccines. And they are lying to people and saying it is, and saying we'll shoot you up without consent. And doctors are calling the police on people. And the TV shows are saying you've got to be vaccinated, and the movies and just everything. And you've got these adults, these doctors. I know a doctor here in town who's pro-vaccine and writes articles for the paper and everything. Known the doctor for years. And when I do run into her occasionally, she's friends of the family, it's just disdain, because I don't believe that I should take hundreds of shots and that I even question anything. And if you bring up to these people, well, look at all the nurses getting paralyzed and doctors getting sick from the shots. I mean, I can show you reports. I don't want to see them. And when you talk to these people that push this stuff, they never have friends. They get home at 6 or 7, and they turn on their favorite show, and their friend is the simulated hospital show with the queen bee women running everything, taking people's kids on the show and forcing vaccines on people. And that government-produced mind control is their family and is their world. And they take this synthetic, piped-in propaganda, and they go out and then take it to us in the real world, simulating it on us. They're in trances. Their brainwaves are right at, this is now coming out, right at sleep level. The general public is literally a zombie. They are in a trance. And these sitcoms and dramas all attack Ron Paul with subliminals and other things. And so you wonder why the general public can't wake up. You're either awake or you aren't, because they're on fluoride. They're on all these other chemicals. There's bisphenol A, estrogen mimickers. It's in everything. They're watching TV an average of 4.5 hours a day. The youth are basically already in the matrix, doing nothing but playing video games and acting trendy. They don't even have real personalities now. The language is shrinking to where now the average youth, even if they make decent grades, cannot really talk, or they talk in shorthand. You know, best friend ever, K, jibble dribble. They're reducing the language. Everyone's plugged in. It's totally insane. The men are watching sports. The cancer rates are exploding. The curse of the New World Order is upon us. And again, they expected parents as the carnage and the brain damage and the death accelerated. They expected parents to get angry. And they're wargaming right now, how to deal with it, how to spin it. And so now that record numbers aren't taking vaccines, you see the signs, the billboards, the people pressuring you at Walgreens and CVS to get your shot, the brainwashing, the PSAs, all the scaremongering. It's all an attempt, as you watch people dying and getting neurological disorders all around you, as you watch America turn into this diseased, cursed system. They're trying to manage the eugenics operation. Okay, I'm going to get into Ron Paul filing suit on somebody. SOPA, the Iran situation, straight ahead.
There are limitless ways to go into business for yourself, but most involve substantial capital and risk. Our InfoWarsTeam.com operation is different. We promote premium quality health, energy, and skincare products using dynamic, caring personalities and state-of-the-art media technology to spread a powerful message of health, wealth, longevity, and freedom. This low-cost business opportunity is designed for full-time or part-time, so you can work as little or as much as you'd like. It is you that defines the reward level. Whether you are seeking a few $100 extra per month or a 6 or even 7-figure annual income, it's up to you. Want to find out more? Shoot an email with InfoWars Team in the subject line to InfoWars Team Coordinator MZ and tell him a little bit about yourself. That's the initials MZ at InfoWarsTeam.com. That's MZ at InfoWarsTeam.com. I only promote products that I truly believe in, and these are phenomenal. Whatever you do, visit InfoWarsTeam.com.
We all know that Berkey water purification systems are the most trusted name in water filtration. As an authorized Berkey dealer for over 6 years and serving thousands of satisfied customers, the Berkey Guy offers amazing specials for Berkey water filtration systems. The Berkey Light systems include a set of self-sterilizing and recleanable black purification elements that purify water by removing chlorine, pathogenic bacteria, cysts, and parasites to non-detectable levels and remove harmful chemicals such as herbicides and pesticides. Order the Berkey Light system today, complete with 2 black Berkey elements for only $231, and the Berkey Guy will ship your order free of charge. With the purchase of a Berkey Light, the Berkey Guy is also offering a set of fluoride and arsenic filters for only $39.99. That's over 30% off the retail price. Call the Berkey Guy at 1-877-886-3653. That's 1-877-886-3653. Or order online at GoBerkey.com. That's GoBerkey.com today.
If you're taking 1, 2, 5, or more nutritional supplements, please stop. Simplify your supplementation with Bio Superfood, the most advanced nutritional whole food supplement you can buy. Men, women, children, even Olympic athletes the world over have discovered Bio Superfood from BioAge.com. And now take just 1 nutritional supplement instead of many. The Bio Superfood formulas are whole food products composed with 4 of the most nutrient-dense algae found on Earth. Bio Superfood for the brain helps with focus, memory, clarity, and mood. If you can increase brain health, the rest of the body is a no-brainer. Bio Superfood has 0 toxicity and is safe for you and your family. Learn more and order your Bio Superfood formulas at BioAge.com, spelled BIOAGE.com, BioAge.com, or call 877-288-9116. That's 877-288-9116. BioAge, the age of advanced organics.
All right, I haven't even gotten into most of the news. We told you this was coming because Homeland Security said they would do it. But the body scanners, naked body scanners mounted on power poles that blast you with high-powered radiation are going in New York and other areas. They're getting mobile vans, mobile trucks. Checkpoints are now popping up everywhere. And again, on the local newscast, you pull up, because you see the video, and the state police are told, be crazed. They're rock-ready Marine Corps stance. They got their Marine Corps hats on. You know, their drill sergeant hats. They're bugging their eyes out. We're out here on the highway pulling over families in station wagons. Meanwhile, the Mexican mafia is taking over. The border's totally imploded. The government's caught shipping in narcotics with both hands. But there's just this about the public being bad. Because the system knows as they bring in all this evil, the public's going to start saying no. And so they want you to pull up at the checkpoint and get uppity with them. Because that's terrorism. You don't like us pulling you out of your car and putting you in a radiation baster? You don't like our hands in your pants? We're here at your house because an overflight show that you've got heat signatures. Well, you've got some cucumbers you're growing. $10,000 fine for us having to come out here without a warrant. You're like, but isn't what you're doing's wrong? Shut up. Give me your cell phone. I'm downloading the contents without a warrant. All over the country, cops pull you over now. Just grab your cell phone and just start downloading it. And then just injecting everyone with cancer, viruses, mass death everywhere, total disease, whole society falling apart, just degeneracy running rampant, giant wars they're gearing up for. Bain Capital that funds Obama and Mitt Romney is now one of the other heads of Bain Capital, one of the top deputies of Mitt Romney is now one of the top deputies of Obama. It's a total fixed scam. I've got all these clips of Mitt Romney worshiping abortion, and all these conservatives are dancing around saying it's of the Lord. Chop them up, chop them up. I mean, it's just so pathetic how sickening mainline Republicans are. Make me want to throw up. Yes, I'm ranting because I'm sick of it. I mean, look at this headline. Iran threatens to torpedo U.S. aircraft carriers. 3 U.S. warships stationed in waters in the Strait of Hormuz. A senior Iranian military commander has warned that Iran has the ability to sink U.S. aircraft carriers in the Persian Gulf using detection-evading submarines that can fire torpedoes. And it goes on with the rear admiral threatening. This is getting crazy. The Drudge Report linked to Bev Harris's article at blackboxvoting.org. Foreign company buys U.S. election results reporting firm. I know we reported that on Monday, but it's still important, and that's why Drudge is important, because this is reaching a lot more people than Infowars.com. So that's good news there. Continuing, Janet Napolitano gives top secret security clearance to Muslim Brotherhood. Of course, Muslim Brotherhood, Al-Qaeda works for the banks that run America. The underwear bomber, Al-Qaeda, Bin Laden, Ammar al-Awlaki, all of them. All of them, period, end of story. Since I mentioned this, I'll get to it, because it just shows Ron Paul's fighting back. And it's a good way to force the mainstream corporate whore media to tell the truth. Bloomberg Businessweek reports Ron Paul presidential campaign sues anti-Huntsman video makers, who later bragged that they did it to help Huntsman. The video was called China John, implying that Ron Paul doesn't like Asians. And then that's good. You know, when somebody creates something and attributes it to you, they need to get sued. So good job to Ron Paul. And the corporate dinosaur media needs to retract it as well. It's one thing if somebody makes a mistake. Everybody does that. But when it's malicious and on purpose, it's a serious issue. Now, I've got more on the SOPA bill and the big protest nationwide against the attempt to take over the internet. I want to take your calls. I've got the big TSA naked body scanner news coming to a street corner near you. And if you don't like being put in a microwave baster, well, they're going to have to crack you on the head. They're already doing it. We'll be right back.
This is GCN, the Genesis Communications Radio Network.
Did you ever think you'd be where you are a decade into the 21st century? Record foreclosure rates for homes, if not yours, your neighbors. Thankful for the unemployment check since you were laid off. And placing your child's name on the angel tree in hopes of a Christmas gift, along with thousands of other Americans. Did Did you ever think your future would feel this out of control? The fact is, in all this craziness, there's only one thing you can control. Your greatest dependency, your food supply. Make 2012 the year you take control by getting prepared. eFoods Direct introduces the best way to build your food supply in the 21st century. Get a 21-day supply of food free with purchase.